going on, Good Vast Old Tribe? I hope you guys are all doing awesome. And man, it's been a really long time since I've done one of these episodes. But I have a topic. I don't really know if I'm going to call it what I have already. But I think this might help some people. I hope it helps at least one person in the world. I know that this is something that I went through, and so I wanted to share it with you. So, hey, I'm not going to have a very long intro, and we're just going to jump into the topic. You don't have to watch me because you're not really going to see anything other than me talking about a topic. So, if you want to just put headphones in and listen and do other things, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this. So I was sitting here brainstorming. This might be a long video um, because there's a lot of details in this topic, and I probably won't talk about them all. If I don't, then I will probably create another video at some point. But I don't really know what I wanted to call this yet. But I was thinking, does participating in the everyday rat race align with your purpose? And this is like a topic that I think about. I think about this a lot. I've thought about it in the past, but a lot lately because I've had a lot of time to be able to reflect. So, have you ever sat in deep thought with no noise except the crosstalk in your mind and contemplated your current life's track? What is it that you want? What is it you need? What's your purpose? Which direction do you want to go in life compared to which direction do you need to go in life? Or, probably better, which direction is aligned with your purpose? There is a difference. These are just a few questions that I have contemplated and still contemplate each and every day. not because I don't know, because I honestly I trust my intuition and I go with my intuition and my prayers, and that I'm actually more aligned with that purpose now than I was before. And as you know, I haven't done videos consistently for a couple of years, and I appreciate those that have continued to follow the channel and been extremely patient. We're going to get into a couple of details to maybe understand a little more about that. So there are three items that are most important and are used when I evaluate these types of questions. The three items of importance are peace, love, and happiness. The answers to every question and other questions must support these three fundamental thoughts. Most humans will say that you need to work your life away, get a job, make large purchases such as buying a house, getting a nice car, or more than one, and have a family. That's what they call here in America the American dream. And I know that I have a lot of followers all over the world, but that's what they call it here. I have learned that these concepts are rush. Let me explain. Get a job. Of course, you need to live and pay your way in life, but it's the purpose that matters. Let's stick with this example, and then I'll explain the alignment of a job to your purpose. Say you get a job. You may or may not like the work, and you're going to work probably 9 to 5 or 8 hours a day. That's 266 days out of the year, and that equates to 70% of the year. 70% of the year, you're spending with an employer. And you do this for a minimum of 40 years, since retirement age by societal indoctrination terms is 60 years of age. Majority of your life was spent at a job which is equivalent to being a slave. In a building with or without windows, at a desk, in a cubicle, with coworkers you may or may not align with, breathing stagnant air and stressing about Mondays, not enjoying your Sundays, which means Saturday is truly your only day off, and then back to the same environment. Many folks have jobs that require travel. I know mine did. I traveled a lot, which means that 70% at your job begins to increase and creep into your personal life. And a lot of people, after you include travel, means you could be traveling 80 to 90, or you could be with an employer 80 to 90% of the time, or 80 to 90% of the year. Basically, your life is dedicated to a company and a job. Let's revisit the other pieces of this equation of the American dream. So buy a fancy car. That will most likely be financed by a financial institution. Now you're working for them. Also in this American dream, they say you should purchase a house. They will also be financed. You're now working for two financial institutions. The last part of the equation is to start a family, which means expensive health care insurance, expensive wedding, to include rings. Now, let me give you a caveat here. I'm not against having a family. I have a family. I'm not against that. But I'm not for some society saying this is what you should do, or they view you as not fitting in, basically. So let's stick with this. So, starting a family, which means expensive health care insurance, expensive wedding, which includes rings and other things, kids' expenses, daycare, school expenses, sports. The list keeps going. This is the societal indoctrination to get you hooked and cause you to enslave yourself. What they don't tell you is that besides working your life away, it will eventually cause you major health problems due to the work environment, stress, worrying, possibly lack of activity and physical fitness, mental fitness, and it can creep into your spiritual fitness. Let's say hypothetically, you don't make it to 60 and retire. And we're going to go here. So if you don't like hearing about death, then this is a warning beforehand. But let's imagine that you're laying on your deathbed. What would you think while laying there? Would you do anything different if you could change things in your life? Would you have any regrets? Does this scenario that we just spoke about align with your purpose? This is a question that only you can answer. But this does not align with my purpose. I've lived all the American dream, and I thank God for every opportunity that I had. It has a place in life. Now, I'm not saying it does not have a place in life. It has a place in life. And I am grateful for my experience and the opportunities, but it wasn't my purpose, nor does it align with my purpose. Let me explain. If you can hear that obnoxious dog next door, sorry. He's not the cool cat down the road. It's the odd dog next door. So anyway, let me explain. Let me talk. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience. So I joined the military straight out of high school at the age of 18, and I stayed in the military until I retired 1 January 2023. And you know, it it was my decision, but not my decision at the same time because I was actually up for a promotion that would have basically been the last promotion I could get. And it just didn't work out. I guess how that works whenever you get to that point. That you know, um, some people they like to meddle in hirings because it's political, and so um, I ended up not getting selected, and somebody else did, and good for them. Um, because, and I have to admit, I was pretty angry at the time because I know who my competition was, and I know what I've done, and I know this sounds because I hate talking about myself, but compared to that person, and I know how it played out, and so it did irritate me because I worked very hard to get to that point. However, um, just because I worked very hard to get to that point doesn't mean that was um, the best thing for me. And thank God it happened that way because I'm better off now. Now, if I would have continued to go down that path, um, I was already having a lot of health problems, and it would have just got worse. I don't know how much worse it would have got, but it would have gotten worse. And there's a lot of things that probably would have happened. And but going back, and I had my job required me to travel a lot throughout my entire career, and in a lot of places, um, some were good, some were bad. And when I say bad, meaning the environment that I was in and whatever I had to do. Um, I had several different jobs in the military, and because I would get, sometimes you get tired of certain jobs, and then you can cross train into a different job, and that's what I did. And but I had a lot of jobs that I really liked, and and I think the job that I liked the most was the purpose. So the purpose was to help people. As much as a lot of other people think that being in the military is about hurting people and blowing things up and that kind of thing. No, that is not the whole purpose. Can that happen? Yes, but it's not the whole entire purpose. And a lot of it has to do with helping people and other countries, and that's what I enjoyed. And I enjoyed, especially towards the end of my career, mentoring people, um, in my squadron, and and uh, and making things happen, getting rid of red tape, making things more efficient. I enjoyed all that kind of stuff. That's the type of person I am, and I like making a good work environment. That right there is the most important thing to me. It's even more important to me than money, because whenever you have a toxic work environment, then it doesn't matter how much money you make. It's just gonna suck every day you go to work. So, being that you have to spend 70% of your year or more with those people, it's in leadership's best interest to make that environment the best they can. And you know what? Whenever you do that, you start seeing a higher productivity from your people, and they start trusting you, and they start coming to you and giving you ideas, and I like that. That's the kind of things I like. So, um, anyway, I ended up getting a lot of medical conditions due to stress, shitty work environment, shitty and dangerous work environments, and excuse my French. Uh, yes, I did curse. And lots of sacrifices, missing missing different events, seeing my kids grow up. I mean, I miss my firstborn being born because it was right after 9/11, and I was one of the first people deployed, and so I missed that. Also, shitty food because food does matter with your health, and away from your family, missing events, people's lives, and people passing away. I mean, you know, while I was in the service, I missed my nana passing away and both my parents. And I didn't get to spend very much time with them because of my dedication. I was in the same state and my dedication to my job. And some of that was personal choice. So, you know, those are lessons that you learn. So, I want to talk more about the medical part of it. So, because that's an important part of this talk. So, stress creates a few things, and I'm going to list a few. I'm listing these from my own experience. So, stress can create a weak immune system. It can make you gain weight, and I think a lot of that happens due to a lot of different things like poor eating habits, not working out, and other things. But I think naturally your body gains weight to try to protect you from stress and bad energy and that type of thing. You can also get depression, anxiety, have a heart attack, a stroke, other neurological problems, and poor sleep, which by itself can increase all of these issues 5 to 10 times worse, make them 5 to 10 times worse, and induce things like fatigue, being weak, like you just feel weak all the time, memory issues such as short-term memory problems and brain fog, and a lot of times that's why I write things down because I'll forget. Pain in your joints and muscles, and digestive issues, which all of these things, except for a heart attack and stroke, all of these things I've experienced. And was the source, my job was the source of these health issues, to include autoimmune issues and multiple knee surgeries. And I had my appendix, my gallbladder removed, um, and a few other surgeries. But since I've retired and concentrate on healing myself through natural remedies, I've had a great success. And one of the successes that I'm currently having, um, but I'm still in the early stages of it, so I don't want to hype it up and say this is what everybody should do because number one is I'm not a doctor, but I will share my experiences and I might go in more detail later on. But one of the successes that I've had is on the carnivore diet. And I know if you're not if you were vegan or whatever, that's fine. But this is what's worked for me. So this was a major life change, and I began this diet because I did a lot of research and found positive results from those with autoimmune problems um, and inflammation. So I'm at like 2.5 weeks right now, and I do feel a lot better. I mean, I'm making a video right now because my energy feels a lot better. So um, that by itself is a miracle. And as I always say, miracles are everyday occurrences. But I have a long ways to go. I thought about making some videos to outline my experience, but how about you guys? Tell me what what do you think? I mean, um, you can add it in the comments. Tell me, like, would you like to hear more about um, my carnivore diet experience and like how it's helped me? Um, or if there's other things associated with that, Put it in the comments. I've done a lot more different treatments, natural, more holistic treatments that I got from personal research and a solid few trusted friends. And I think those people, they know who they are. It's a lot of work, but it's better than dying. And that's how I got to this place of my journey. Now, here you go. Basically, I got to this place with all these health problems, and I just said, fuck it. If I'm going to go down, and it won't be without a fight. Basically, you know, I felt like that my health problems were waging war on me, so I decided to wage war back on my health problems. So I decided to just say fuck it, and I said I'm going out in a blaze of glory, and so that's why I made all these adjustments. And if you're experiencing any of this, then I truly understand. You have to change your mindset and change your environment, and most importantly, change your life, which happens when you change your mindset and environment. So I've been retired for almost 2 years, and it was the best decision I made. And part of that was made for me by the divine, like I said earlier, because if I would have got that promotion, then I probably would still be there today, which means I would be having probably way more health issues. But the reason why it's the best decision is um, it's allowed me to heal myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. It has taken a while, and I was doing that before. Like I worked really hard on that, and you guys know because you've seen my videos. But whenever you're around, you're in a toxic environment. You're around people um, that could be toxic. They don't even have to say anything. You just got to be around them, and you can. And then if you're an empath, you pick that up. You pick that negative energy up, and it stays with you. So you're constantly fighting against that. And even on your days off, you're trying to heal yourself all the time. You're trying to always heal yourself, and it's hard whenever you're trying to help other people and you're being drained in a work environment to be able to help other people. Which now you see, this is why there is a decrease in um, my video content, because I always say that if I'm not in the correct energy, then I will not produce a video. I will not create a video. And that was the agreement that I made with Spirit before I began this journey. So it's taken me a while to get myself to this point. Besides the job stressors, you have crappy people, as I mentioned, that try to cause harm um, to those closest to you. And if you watch a couple videos back, then you know what I'm talking about. And then the court system, that it's basically a shit show. And then people that you used to be connected to come out of the woodwork and try to take money and other resources from you because everybody thinks that you owe them something. And the terminology, more money, more problems, that's true. Which is why um, this whole journey is means more. It's more invaluable to me than you know a 6+ figure job. There's not any amount of money that you can pay me for for the experience that I'm having now. This is what no one tells you, but I'm telling you. I'm giving you my experience. You can do whatever you choose with it. But from these experiences, I have learned the value of peace, love, and happiness. And truly, peace. Whenever your personal life is always basically almost in a war zone because people people want to attack you for whatever reason. I mean, you don't sometimes you don't even have to do anything. It's just people just being they're just that way. Um, then you don't understand. Or like, hey, the times that um, my parents passed away. I don't know if you know this story, but um, my mom in 2016, my mom passed away on Valentine's Day, and my dad passed away 5 days later. And they weren't even married; they were divorced, and that was a very difficult time. And so, anyway, digressed off topic, but let's get back. um, but peace, love, and happiness. So I learned the importance of that because the American dream does not support not one of these fundamental values. It does not support. You will not. If you acquire, you can acquire any amount of stuff. You can have any amount of money. It will not. It will not create peace, love, and happiness. Matter of fact, like I said a minute ago, more money, more problems. It means your peace is going to digress. People around you are not really going to love you. They'll act like they love you because they want something from you, and then it's going to like create less happiness for you because people are going to attack you. They're going to try to take stuff from you. You're always going to be wondering what's their motive. Why are they really your friends? Are they really there for your best interest and all that stuff? And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth any of that. Your life is too short and too precious and valuable. Invaluable. And on top of that, your health is your wealth. Without good health, you're nothing other than another soul. Life is meant to enjoy, not being a slave to a job or a financial institution. Life is too short. Just how short is your life? Nobody will know until it's your time. The purpose of life is love. Loving your life aligns with this purpose. I can tell you that I didn't love my life when I was attached to my job. I respected my life and I was appreciative for every single day that I was given, but I didn't love it. Like I mentioned before, I love the job's purpose of helping people and supporting my country and helping other countries. But the job itself was not aligned with the three fundamental values of peace, love, and happiness. This is what I've known for a while, and I've reflected a lot over the past 2 years of being retired. I didn't know what to do. It was like a prisoner. This is the only way I can relate to it. And I don't know, but it feels like this. It was like a prisoner that spent nearly their entire life in prison and then was released. At first, I thought I needed to go get a job. And that's all I knew. Um, because that was the conditioning that we've been taught. The universe and the divine had other plans for me. That didn't happen. Then I had a person try to take some of my retirement because that's what greedy people do, and what awful laws of this country allows. I had to defend myself from a greedy parasite. At this point, I said, fuck it. I've been free from a job. It's time to live from me. And that's what I did. I packed all my stuff up and I moved to the beach where I've been a beach bum and doing what I want, when I want, and being my own boss, living my best life to a T. That is what bad situations oftentimes are for. To crumble what was, to build what is. What is better for you? And that's what it is. We just have to listen. Listen to your intuition. Concentrating fully on my healing is an everyday process. You got to remember, it took you a while to get to the medical condition point that you're at, and it will take you a while to reverse the bad or poor health. So, doctor's appointments, exercise, meditation, being grateful. I do a lot of other things, but I'm not going to get into it. I will share once I get actual results that I can actually say this has actually worked for me. um, for be grateful for the little things and doing and 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 what you get to do. One thing that I love to do is sit back my campfire in the afternoon and watch the sun go down. And this is just a simple reminder to me. Um, and it's a title of a song, "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on You" by Elton John. Money, I love that song, but now it means more to me today than just a song. Basically, enjoy each day of your life, and if you currently don't, if you don't enjoy it every single day, then make plans to change that. Change your mindset, like I mentioned earlier, which means you know change change your environment. You know, change whatever you're doing. You might need to make a drastic change, but it's something that you need to listen to your intuition and evaluate. Go out in nature, pray, get lost in thought, and always listen to your intuition. Don't listen to the American dream indoctrination or any other societal indoctrination. Listen to your soul and intuition. If you're still trying to find your purpose or understand your purpose, then take time to listen to your intuition and follow um, and just follow it. You know, you might not know where the path may lead, but that's the beauty of it and God's gift to you. That's truly the gift of maintaining trust, faith, and belief in the divine. One quote that I will keep with me and follow till my very last day on earth is by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Dr. Wayne Dyer said, "If prayer is us talking to God, then our intuition is God talking to us." If you made it this far, I would like to thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting this channel and for being patient. I told everyone that I would never create videos just to create because I'm not doing this for money, um, but only if intuitively guided um, and driven to create. I also will not create when the energy, my energy, is not correct. And it's taken a couple of years to come full circle and get my energy to the point where I can create positive content. Just as I am compassionate and empathetic, I am also a warrior. And when those buttons are pushed, then that is energy that I should not use to create on this channel. Thanks again. And if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and become part of our tribe. Truly, King Trash Tribe is a tribe for all. If you'd like a future video created on a particular topic, then leave it in the comments or email me at kingtrashtribe@gmail.com. I hope everyone has